Now, if it's one thing President Trump can't quit, it's Twitter. A new report from Vanity Fair's Gabriel Sherman is now claiming that President Trump is continuing to resist calls from his top campaign advisors to basically dial back on his tweets. Now, the reason for that is that apparently he has some terrible poll numbers, and so some of his high-level advisors, including his campaign manager, are like, "Hey man, ixnay and the tweet nay, okay? You need to roll back on that. Maybe stop attacking Gold Star families. Maybe stop attacking dead people, including Barbara Bush. I mean, let's roll it back, guys." According to Sherman, Trump's campaign has found that the president has, quote, very bad polling numbers, and that would be the reason why, headed into the 2020 election. So bad that campaign chief Brad Parscale, according to Raw Story, advised him to quit tweeting so much. Oh, man. Those internal poll numbers, they've got to be really bad. I mean, disastrously bad. For them to be like, pull that back, dude. No, no, stop. Just stop. Like, hands off the iPhone, okay? Put it down. Put it down. Stop. It's got to be bad, right? Now, of course, you might say, but yeah, look, Jeff, we're pretty far away from the election, right? And so it doesn't really matter as much. You know, polls can be wrong. Look at Hillary Clinton. Polls were wrong. Look, I don't know. For Trump, I think it's a little different now. I mean, and yes, polls, depending on methodology, can be unreliable, especially when you're out pretty far. Nonetheless, if your internal polling is so bad that you're thinking, God, the president needs to do something, well then, look, it seems that they are themselves fairly confident in those numbers. And I wouldn't be surprised because, look, the president hasn't broken 50% approval rating his entire presidency so far. He just hasn't. I mean, look, his polling is terrible. There is one person, I think, in the world that is polling worse, in politics, I should say, than President Donald Trump. And that, of course, is Hillary Clinton. Look, man, that's a disaster. That is a disaster, and it tells you a lot. And besides, again, if Brad Parscale is telling him, hey, you got to cool down on the Twitter, that's really, really bad. Again, assuming this report is correct. And look, Sherman has done a lot of great reporting and has a lot of good sources inside the White House. I think most of the people that are left inside of the White House are just doing it, are there to be, to elevate their own political careers, and are more than happy to leak to the media. And Donald Trump himself is more than happy to leak to the media. So, anyway, now Parscale says, hey, Trump, you got to cool it on Twitter a little bit. Your numbers with women are disastrous, and we should focus on the economy, maybe the accomplishments, and just kind of let things sort of play out without you stoking a brand new controversy every single day. Trump's response is, again, classic Donald Trump. Brad went to him, and Trump's response was like 40 tweets, according to Sherman's source. Those tweets included attacking the late John McCain and retweeting people involved in the QAnon conspiracy. Let me give you a sampling here. Trump tweeted, "So it was indeed just proven in court papers, last of his class, Annapolis John McCain, that sent the fake dossier to the FBI and media hoping to have it printed before the election. He and the Dems, working together, failed as usual. Even the fake news refuses garbage." Last of his class. You talk about last of your class. You won't release your transcripts from college because you're afraid that will show that you are so dumb, that you were you were super stupid. Super stupid. You're incredibly dumb. Okay, moving on. Now, again, he also retweeted a user with the moniker VB Nationalist. A user's avatar is a Q, apparently in reference to the QAnon conspiracy with a MAGA hat on it. That user also has promoted both QAnon and Pizzagate conspiracy theories. That's fun. So, they ask him not to tweet. And he says, oh yeah, I'm going to tweet my response. I'm going to tweet 40 tweets. It's called Twitter, not Quitter. What do I keep saying? He can't help himself. He doesn't care about strategy. Again, Brad Parscale's like, this might help your strategy if you stop distracting the American people with tweets. And he's like, no, I'm not going to do that. Nothing will keep him from accessing his beloved Twitter account. Despite so many Americans and even Trump supporters saying, hey, maybe the tweets kind of get in your way and you probably shouldn't do that. Look, I know this was back in 2017, right? But there are a lot of polls. One of them is a Quinnipiac poll, right? Now, this showed that 70% of Americans polled said, Donald Trump, stop tweeting. You're hurting the country. Like, please stop. Now, it's 2019 now. I can't imagine those numbers have gotten better. Not for Trump. No, I can imagine those numbers have gotten even worse. And I don't think anybody would be surprised. I don't know. I haven't seen a follow-up. But, interestingly enough, the 70% said don't tweet. There's still that solid 30% that's like, yes, Twitter. Of course. Which is about the amount of the country that the president has on his side. That will never leave. Of course. Hey guys, hopefully you enjoyed that free video. Now I'm going to have to ask you a favor. Between the demonetization and the YouTube algorithm messing around with view counts, etc., we're having a hard time adjusting to the new YouTube reality, which is where you guys come in. See, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/TYTNation, set up to help us rely on you guys, the viewers, instead of big corporate ads. Look, you know the show. You know I'm not in favor of big corporations anyway. So help us transition away from relying on the ad model to pay the bills and sign up to be a patron, patreon.com/TYTNation. That goes a long way to help us keep the lights on. And you guys will know that you're supporting independent progressive media.